Have you ever walked away from something, thinking it was over, only for it to come back and change everything in a way you never expected? Imagine leaving your elderly parents in a nursing home only to find that one seemingly insignificant moment is about to turn your entire world upside down. This is the story of Martin, a man whose decision to leave his aging father and mother in a nursing home seemed like the only option. But when his father unexpectedly won a multi-million-dollar lottery ticket, it changed everything. Martin had always been a man of practicality. He worked long hours as a real estate agent, constantly juggling the demands of his job and his personal life. The stress of life had begun to take its toll, and when his elderly parents, Carl and Mary, could no longer take care of themselves, Martin made the difficult decision to place them in a nursing home. It wasn't easy, but it felt necessary. They were aging, and Martin had his own life to live. He visited them sporadically, often feeling guilty but justifying it to himself. They're being well taken care of, he would tell himself. But deep down, he knew that wasn't enough. The nursing home was a quiet, sterile place with the hum of fluorescent lights and the smell of disinfectant hanging in the air. Carl, once a proud and independent man, now spent his days in a recliner, staring out the window at the passing world, while his wife, Mary, sat beside him, her mind slipping away with every passing day. Their once vibrant conversations were now reduced to quiet, murmurs and the occasional laugh shared between the two of them. Martin would visit, sit beside them for a brief moment, and then quickly excuse himself, always too busy to stay longer. The guilt gnawed at him, but he pushed it aside, telling himself that he was doing what was best for them. Months passed. The days blurred together, each one seemingly just like the one before. And then one fateful Thursday, Martin received a call that would forever change his perspective. "Martin, your father. He's won. He won the lottery." Martin's heart skipped a beat. His first thought was that it was some kind of mistake. Carl had been playing the same lottery ticket for years, a little piece of hope he clung to, though he never really thought he'd win. He always joked that the money wasn't the point. It was the excitement of playing but now it seemed that his father's small daily hope had paid off in a big way. The lottery ticket he had purchased, the one Martin had often mocked as a waste of money, was worth millions. At first, Martin couldn't believe it. He rushed to the nursing home to find his father smiling from ear to ear, the kind of smile that Martin hadn't seen in years. Carl had always been proud, but it had been so long since he had smiled with such genuine joy. "I did it, son. I really did it," Carl said, his voice trembling with excitement. "I've won, and I want to use it for something meaningful. I want to do something for others." Martin stood there stunned. His mind raced as he processed what he was hearing. What had seemed like a simple act of chance was now a game changer, but it wasn't the money that caught Martin off guard. It was the change in his father. Carl wasn't just excited for himself. He was thinking of others. At that moment, Martin felt something deep inside him stir. His father, who had always been humble and generous, was now talking about using his winnings to help others in need. And it struck Martin hard. All this time, he had been so caught up in his own life that he had forgotten what it meant to be selfless. As the days passed, Martin found himself more and more involved in his father's plans. Carl had decided to donate a portion of his winnings to a local charity that supported underprivileged families. But it didn't stop there. Carl also arranged for a special trip for Mary, who had been in a nursing home for so long, never leaving the confines of her small room. With his newfound wealth, Carl hired a nurse to take Mary on a week-long trip to the beach, a place she had always loved. "I want to see her smile again," Carl said with a quiet determination. But Martin's most surprising realization came when his father made the biggest decision of all. He wanted to buy a house for them to live in together. "I want us to be a family again," Carl told Martin. This was the moment Martin had been waiting for. the moment he realized what he had been missing. His father's selflessness, his unwavering love for his wife and son, was a reminder of what really mattered. And in a surprising act of kindness, Carl asked Martin to leave the nursing home behind and come live with them, to be a family again. For weeks, Martin struggled with his emotions. The man who had been so practical, so self-centered, now found himself in a position where he had to choose between his old life and the chance to rebuild his relationship with his parents. In the end, Martin made the decision to leave behind the busyness of his work life and move into the house Carl had bought. Together they renovated the house, making it a home full of laughter, love, and memories. Martin spent more time with his parents than he ever had before, and for the first time in years, he felt at peace. Martin never thought a simple lottery ticket could change his life so profoundly. But it did, not because of the money, but because it brought him back to his parents. It reminded him of the importance of family, kindness, and the ability to be selfless. In the end, Carl and Mary weren't just living in a beautiful new house. They were surrounded by love. Martin learned that it's never too late to turn things around, to make amends, and to choose what truly matters. Martin's journey is a powerful reminder that even the smallest acts of kindness can change the course of our lives. Whether it's a simple gesture, like spending time with a loved one, or a grand act of generosity, kindness has the power to heal wounds and restore what was lost. So, as you sit here watching this story, think about how you can make a difference in the lives of those around you. Do you have someone who needs your time, your love? Don't wait. The opportunity to change someone's life may be right in front of you. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and share it. Let's spread kindness together. And if you want to hear more stories like this, be sure to subscribe to our channel for your daily dose of inspiration and hope. Because, as Carl showed us, it's never too late to make the world a better place.